This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Prisa Morrison, Major Prisa Morrison from the Salvation Army. Good morning, Prisa.
Good morning.
Now, last time you were on, Prisa, it was the Thanksgiving season, and you were doing sign-ups and getting ready for your holiday distribution. Now that's over. How did it go?
Oh, it was overwhelming because, again, we had a major increase in the requests this year. We served over 100 more children than we did last year, over 50 more families than we did last year. Many of the families that we saw this year were new families that we have never seen before, which is sad, but it's also good. The sad part is that they have needed to come and receive help from us. But the good news is that they put aside maybe their feelings or inadequacies to step out and get help, because that's what we're here for. We're to help anyone who's struggling right now. We don't want anyone to feel like, you know, well, I think I can do it on my own and stress out during the season. This is the last season we need to stress out for, and we need to just say, hey, there's people out there that this is what they do. They help take care of us during times of trouble, so let's go out and step up. So we're still taking applications.
Oh, you are?
Yep, so if they still want to receive assistance, then they just need to call our office, and we'll be able to have them fill out an application and still service them through the rest of way up to Christmas Eve.
Perfect.
Yes.
Now, you brought some items with you today, and
yes.
these are some beautiful items. Now, are these going out in distributions also?
Yes, yes,
wow.
They are. Yeah, we have some really great people from the community that handmade things, and they're beautiful. I mean,
see.
What is better than to have a homemade quilt?
Wow.
So we have this beautiful quilt. You can see so many colors on it. Just gorgeous quilt that someone made, and we have many of those that will be going out to the children. Then these gloves, oh, aren't they cute? And they are so soft. So these are handmade too. And then we give out pillowcases every year. I haven't been to a place that we've given out pillowcases, but that is really a great idea. You use your pillowcase all year. And if you're a kid, you're dragging your pillowcase probably into the living room to watch TV, of course, to watch your show. And so, you know, it gets kind of dirty. So here's some cute pillowcases. Then also the library gives us books every year, so we get cases of books from the library that we're able to give out to children too. So that's just some of the items that we get donated, other than all the toys that we get donated from the community.
Now, what else goes into the distribution? Is there food also?
Yes, they also receive a food basket, and this year some of the families will receive hams, and some will receive chicken, and some will receive turkey, and so it's a whole Christmas meal and beyond. So there's enough there to last them for a few more days too, until the new year.
Perfect. Now, you know, I think we've talked about this before. Salvation Army are so visible this time of year.
Yes.
You know, with the red kettles and that joyous noise of the bell ringing and the friendly faces and all of that. But you're a 24-hour day, 365-day-a-year organization.
Yes, yes. That's why our Christmas kettles are so important, because it's our major fundraiser of the year, and it's where our goal this year is $155,000. And so when we raise those funds are helping the people throughout the year with utility bills and day camps or overnight camps that we have, character building programs. We help people with food pantry. We have the food pantry that's there. We also have a 2-in-1 call-in where you can call in and we can give you referrals within the county or outside of the county for assistance. So there's just some of the programs that we do there.
And you're also always there in the event of a disaster.
Yes, yes, we do have our canteen. It's been quite busy since I've been here.
I bet.
Quite a few fires that's been out there. So we pray that never happens. We pray they never need our services, but we want to be prepared when that does happen. So we're always looking for volunteers who are interested in helping us with our canteen too. So that's our mobile feeding program that goes out, a vehicle that goes out at times of disasters.
Okay, and do you need volunteers for that too?
Yes, we do. We certainly do. So all they need to do is come into our office and fill out an application. Let us know that they're here for the emergency disaster services.
Okay, and your offices are on?
722 North 2nd Avenue here in Alpena.
Okay, 722 North 2nd Avenue. And then the thrift store, your wonderful thrift store.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it's been really interesting to see how it's came back after the COVID, because we had to close for a while. We needed to clean and make sure everything was sanitized and safe for everybody. And then when we finally reopened, it was a slow coming in. Again, everyone's still kind of, you know, kind of concerned or worried, but everyone's kind of settled in now and have been shopping there. So we hope that we have some really good deals that can help people. Like the other day, well, yesterday, I bought myself a wreath. For some reason, all over town, all of the wreaths are sold. Not the live ones. I know there's really great live ones around here, but I didn't want one live, and I couldn't find anywhere. And one of my thrift store people took a picture and said, "Hey, do you want this?" And I was able to go. So we have a lot of good sales that they can take advantage of.
You do, and the people there are so nice and friendly and knowledgeable. And I like to just tell people, you know, go today and go tomorrow and go the next day, because it changes.
Yes, every day. If you ever go in the back room and see what there is, so much comes in. So every day we have sorters who are back there sorting and putting the items out. So you can see something new every day.
I pulled in, and I love going there, because I pulled in, the little bell dings, and somebody runs right out, and they took all my donations out of my car and took them in, and, you know, wrote me a receipt. I didn't have to hang out and wait or knock on a door or wait. It was just, it's absolutely perfect. You have a great system.
Yep, thank you, thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break here in about a minute, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more about the Salvation Army and the things that you do.
Okay, sure.
Thank you. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Major Prisa Morrison from the Salvation Army. So, Prisa, I've been hearing and reading a little bit about a wonderful, generous donor in our community that has struck again.
Oh, yes. It was quite amazing. About a couple weeks ago, we received in one of our kettles, again, folded $100 bills with a paper clip, and we looked through and we saw 5 $100 bills. That was really exciting. And then a few days, about a week and a half later then, we started the day, we opened up the kettle, and we saw paper clip again, and with another $100 bill, so we took the paper clip off and counted 5. So we thought, wow, he hit us again.
$1,000.
And then we opened up the next kettle. And there it is again, and we opened up the next kettle. So that night we had to open up 5 kettles, and each one of those kettles had the nicely folded with a paper clip 5 $100 bills.
Wow.
And he wasn't done yet, because again last night he hit in another one of our stores, so another 5 $100 bills. So that would be 7 times that he has put 5 $100 bills into our kettle.
Wow, that's just amazing. It gives me goosebumps about the generosity and the fact that he wishes to remain anonymous. Hey, we want to thank you. Thank you so very much for your generous donation, because it stays in your community and helps your neighbors.
Yes, yes. And also it makes me feel like, okay, we're doing something right too, because we want people to know that we're good stewards of those funds too, and that we use them to serve the people in this community and to do the most good.
Doing the most good. That's what I was going to say.
So that's what it is.
Okay, so you wanted to talk about some other donors that you had.
Oh, yeah. We have bell ringers, and we're still looking for bell ringers.
Okay.
If you would like to volunteer, you just have to go to registertoring.com.
Okay.
Registertoring.com, and you can pick your day and your time and your location. Most of the slots are 2-hour slots.
Okay.
And you can go. Just recently, we had a family who went out, a mother with her sons, and she was lucky. She went for 3 hours.
Wow.
And the boys just loved it, she said, and they even at the end started helping bring the carts in. But she said she was impressed with how many people came up and said, it is so nice to see young people giving back to the community. So I always encourage people that, why don't you make it a family event? You know, bring out your whole family, maybe after take your kids out for hot chocolate or treat them to McDonald's, and maybe tell them why they ring. But it's really positive. So some of the groups that we have ringing for us, or who have, this weekend we have Kiwanis and Rotary Club that's ringing.
Very good.
So on Friday and Saturday we have the Water Wonderland Board of Realtors who have rang, the Knights of Columbus, the Optimist Club, the AmVets have rang. We had 6 different individuals and families who have also rang at the 9 sites that are all over in Alpena. So you can get online at registertoring.com and register to ring in any of those sites. And then we provide you with all the supplies,
and it's all safe, everything's safe, and sanitizing. I mean, you can feel really safe doing it.
That's right.
When my 6 grandchildren were young, we used to pick a Saturday, and we would always ring the bell together, and they would have the most fun. And like you said, we took them out for a treat, and I think if you start them young being benevolent, it becomes a way of life.
Yeah, and we did also have Stuff the Goose this weekend too. That was really nice to have them there, collecting items for us and funds for us. So even though on that particular weekend it was really stormy and and we weren't sure how things were going to turn out. I still was loading my minivan and unloading it about 5 or 6 times.
Perfect.
So the community is generous, even in weather that seems a little scary.
Yeah, Alpena always gives till it feels good.
Oh.
That's one thing about this community.
That's right. That's right. I can sense that. In the short 6 months I've been here, I can tell that very much so.
Now, the other side of your agency is your Sunday worship services.
Yes,
Tell me about those.
Yeah, many people don't realize that the Salvation Army is a church.
Yes.
Originally, we were a church, well, we still are. But the reason why that we do what we do is because we believe that our relationship with Jesus Christ means that we should be like Jesus to the world. And we see the example of Jesus giving and serving people who are in need. And that, again, he did it without discrimination, and sometimes even went for the worst people to try to lift up and let them know that you are worthy. The world might tell you that you're a woman, so you're not worthy, or that you're blind and you're not worthy. You know, these are examples in Scripture of people that were, you know, shunned by the community, and Jesus lifted them and said, you are worthy. And so the Salvation Army makes sure that we do the same thing through our social services and then through our church services. So we do have regular church services like most other churches, and we have Sunday morning, Sunday school at 10, and we have Sunday morning worship at 11. They're again at the 722 address, so you can attend if you would like to. Again, we have social distancing down the basement, masks are required and things like that, but it's a small group. So if you're looking for a mega church, we're not that. We're a nice little small group of people that love Jesus and want to serve Jesus.
Very good. And you participate in so many other events throughout the year, too. And do you have activities for youth?
Yes. At this time, we haven't had them because of COVID. But one of the programs that we just started about a year ago, and I'm hoping to start again in January, is the archery program.
Ooh.
So we do have some archery equipment, and I have been trained to teach youth how to use the equipment, so we're hoping to do that, and we are also hoping to expand the program to maybe even seniors or adults, to different groups, maybe even that I train enough people that each day of the week we have a different age group that can come and take and participate in the archery program.
Ooh, that'll be wonderful.
Yes, yes, pretty excited.
All right, so now, Prisa, someone out there is listening and they need help paying a power bill, they have a shut-off notice on their gas bill, they don't have any food. What's their best way to reach you and get access to services?
The best way is to call us.
Okay.
We don't want them to come out right now. Most of the stuff we can do is over the phone.
Okay.
And we do have a system where we have a little envelope system outside of the building, so they can come up and pick it up from that and drop off their paperwork from that little folder, instead of having to come in, because we know some people, again, safety-wise, would feel uncomfortable. So we want to be able to do that. If worst comes worse, we can drop off items too for them if needed, because we know some people can't even get out either. So just give us a call and we'll do what we can to serve them.
And do you have income guidelines or anything like that, or?
Well, for us, we want to hear your story first.
Okay.
Because again, there's some people that they may look like that financially they're really strong, but then what happened is something happened, like the transmission on their car.
Sure.
And now they're paying $2,000 or $3,000 on that repair so they can get to work, so they can make the funds to help pay the rest of their bills. So we listen and we see, okay, how can we help? How can we serve them? And that's how we figure it out.
Perfect. Okay, so we've just about enough time left again to say how people register to ring the bell, and we really need some more help.
Yes, it's registertoring.com, registertoring.com. They can do that. Again, they can call our office too if they don't have a computer or they feel uncomfortable with a computer, then they can call me and I can also register them to ring. And if you go online, you see that a site or a time is booked again, you can call me too, because it may be that I have a hired person on there right now, and that hired person wouldn't mind taking the afternoon off probably if you want to fill that spot, and I can always put you in the spot that they may be.
Okay, this is Sunday, so how do they register for the distribution that'll happen later next week?
Again, they can call us, and again, our caseworker Kathy can work with them. And also at this time, we still have sheets outside the door too.
Oh, okay.
So if they want to come and pick up the sheets outside of our office door and fill it out and then just put it back in, and then Kathy will call and set up the time for them to come and do the toy shop.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you so much for being here, and thank you for bringing all of the wonderful items to show us. I'm so glad you have so many donors and volunteers, and once again, thank you to the mystery donor. Thank you so much. That money will be so appreciated for the community and our families.
That's right. That's right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas to you and your staff.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College. Pleased to have as our guest this morning Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing at ACC. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you, Don. It's good to be here.
Great to have you. Usually you're sitting in this seat, but today we're here to talk about a annual report publication that you've done in the past. You've recently completed, and it's a wonderful document in my mind.
Well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
So tell us a little bit about it first, and your purpose for doing it, and what you hope it does for the college.
Well, sure. You know, each year it's nice for the college and for any organization to take a moment and look back at the previous year and take stock of what's happened. You know, the college is a very active place. A number of bright, energetic, and aggressive people who want to go out and do good things for the community and for themselves. Each year we're treated to a number of success stories from students who have achieved their academic goals and are poised to go on to bigger and better things in their lives. And for me personally, it's just very gratifying and invigorating to be in such an energetic and positive atmosphere. So it's always a joy for me to be able to sit down and look back and go through those stories and remember the good things. You know, often we're all focused on what's ahead of us and the next goal and the next challenge. It's always wonderful to look back and see what we've accomplished. So that's what the report does. We try to have a lot of pictures because those tell good stories as well. I think that most people would agree that the biggest story of last year, and let's be specific, it's our fiscal year, which is July through June.
Correct.
Of 2019 and 20, was a very good year, also a very challenging year. Most people are familiar with the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic started really affecting Michigan in our area in the what would you call that, winter?
Yeah, mid-March.
Mid-March, yeah. The college closed our campuses in mid-March, and we were challenged with completing spring semester remotely. A very different way of delivering course offerings for some people. And our faculty did an amazing job of pivoting and adapting to the challenge, and the vast majority of our students finished the semester strongly, and it was a good experience. Every day was a challenge. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I would wake up in the morning and say, what's changed today? All right, what are we going to do to figure that out and move forward? So everybody was doing that, and I was again, very gratified at the energy and professionalism that everybody showed as we got through spring semester.
Well, you had a huge role in the communication of the many decisions and changes and adaptations and things that we just had to sort through, starting in mid-March through really the end of spring semester last year. It was huge, as you know. Every day we would meet for an hour or two, you know, just to figure out what was going to happen by the end of the day. This is unusual and unprecedented. That's the word that everyone uses. But then on your cover, you have a photo of looks like some nurses.
Yes, you know, the parallel story of last year has to do with the renovation of Van Laer Hall and the campaign to raise funds for that renovation project. Was very successful. I can't speak for the foundation. They do a wonderful job. But between the foundation and other resources, the project was fully funded. Construction started, and that's what the picture on the cover of the publication is. Nursing students and faculty out in front of a banner. It wasn't a traditional groundbreaking ceremony because we have a building. We're just renovating the building already, but wonderful plan, wonderful upgrade for the nursing program. People familiar with the project will realized that a certain percentage of the project is to create new state-of-the-art labs for the nursing program with a bunch of new and just amazing technology that's going in as well. So that project has been quietly but methodically going along as the rest of the world has adapted to the COVID changes, and the transformation is quite remarkable. A lot of it's been on the inside lately.
Yeah.
But we're looking forward to that being completed in the near future and showing it off to the public. So part of the annual report documents that progress, and it's just a very exciting thing to be looking forward to.
And you aggregate the data and the photos and the human side of the story and the in a narrative. In my mind, it's just very professional, very accurate, very succinct, not overheated. Just as marketing can be more, in many people's minds, can be more hype than fact, and you don't fall into that in your marketing work ever, but with this document. So I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. My style is quite boring and dull, so just the facts, ma'am, as they would say in Dragnet.
Yes. Well, we have about a minute left. I mean, it's a rich document. There's parts about the college that are really well laid out. There's a fast facts page. There's charts and graphs about enrollment. There's a page or two about Oscoda. There's a very nice section on the foundation and their work. All really good stuff. So how can people access this? We have about 45 seconds left.
It will be posted online on the college's website. People will be able to download PDF and look at it that way. We'll also have a number of copies printed, and those will be available for distribution. They'll be in my office, in your office, and we hope to spread them around the community and other ACC community groups and partners. So it's available a number of different ways. We'll have a mailing as well that we send out to people who are associated in one way or another. So it'll be generally available, and we're happy to send it out to anybody who is interested. It was a very, very good year, a lot of very interesting things happening.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for devoting your energies and talent, finding time to do it, to making this document. We appreciate it. And thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.